Hello, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today I'm gonna talk about and just like set out this intention out in the world that I am again attempting to grow out my hair. This is like technically the third time, although the first time wasn't really like a solid attempt. Like I cut it very quick into the process. But if you guys remember in 2021 from like, I don't think it was really even winter. Maybe it was like January, like late January. I was growing my hair out from like January and then I cut it in November. Tragically, because I think I had just gotten over the hump of my hair being bad, but I had felt like it was so in the transition phase for so long that I just cut it off because I didn't want to, I guess, reschedule my appointment. And I probably shouldn't have because it had just gotten long enough. But yeah, I love this hairstyle. I will probably have this hairstyle again at some point in my life. It's already a little bit longer on the sides than I would actually have it. But I keep coming back to this desire to grow it out for a number of reasons. Now, I will always argue with myself too that like there are so many benefits to this hair, and I stand by that. This hair is so much easier to maintain. It's less easily messed up. If it's looking bad, it's easier to cover up. Yes, it also is a big statement, all these things. However, I just, want to see what it looks like long. I would like the not even versatility because I wouldn't do that much stuff with it, honestly. I mean, maybe I'll surprise myself when it gets long again and like actually do stuff with it. But historically, I have not done a ton of stuff with my hair besides put it up or put it down. But even that is more than I can do with it now. I mean, I sort of can do the faux hawk, but I really haven't lately. I don't know what it is. I'm wondering if it'll fit my face slightly better to be longer. I don't know. I don't think that I look bad in this hair. I really like this hair. I just with now how well I do it and how I know how to like create some body in my hair by doing shit like this. I just want to see it long, like long. I'm also trying to embrace a slightly different aesthetic that is like witch in the woods, which has always kind of been my vibe, but in my clothing. And I feel like longer hair just fits that better. I know you can dress however you want with any kind of hair. I just really do feel like longer hair fits that better. And I'm saying all these disclaimers not for you, but for more me. It's not even disclaimers, it's just explaining where I'm coming from with it because I feel like a lot of people can relate. There's also something about femininity that I've been exploring lately of like, I think for a while, I used this aesthetic, which is still my aesthetic, but this aesthetic as a little bit of like a back off vibe, right? And I'm curious to experiment with a more traditionally feminine vibe, both for myself and literally as a social experiment, which seems like a little like, what? It's not the main reason I'm doing it. But I wanna see what happens with mental stuff when I embrace that femininity a little bit more in a visual way. And then I'm also intrigued by how other people might react to me with a slightly more feminine look. I have not had long hair since 2015. And so there's some things where I'm like, okay, are people reacting to me a certain way because of my actual personality, because of me getting older, or because of like my look? And I'm curious about messing with some variables as like someone that's trained in social sciences, what that will do. It's lower on the list, but I'm curious. So I'm committing to this. I did recently see Mari my name is Mari, that is one of my good friends, and we were traveling, and she's always been a big advocate for me growing out my hair because she says my curl pattern is so beautiful that I owe it to the world. So I'm doing it. I'm kind of saying to myself, while knowing that if I'm truly miserable, I won't stick to this, but unless I'm truly miserable, and I would have to be like more miserable than I was the last time I was growing my hair, I'm gonna wait at least a year. Like I have to grow my hair out for a year and give it like the year of transition weirdness and commit to that. I'm also doing slightly more than I even did last time. Like last time I kind of did like a little bit of like hair oils, but like not consistently. I didn't take any biotin. This time I have products that I'm like committing to try to get it to grow faster or to even be more healthy while it's growing or like whatever. And even some stuff about like maybe cutting and styling it a little bit, where before I just like let it go. And I think that didn't help because it made the awkward stages slightly even more awkward, where I think if like I shape it a little bit with cuts, it will help me as I'm growing it out. Even if that does make things take ever so slightly more time if I am like shaping it. But currently my plan, unless I get to a stage where I do have to like shape it, is keep cutting this as I would if I had the short hair until this gets long enough to match. which is kind of what I did last time, but like a little different. I might try to shape the back a little bit more, like even right now, so this is about a month of growing it out. Yeah, because I didn't cut it like at all when I was traveling. So this is about a month. It's not that long, but it's noticeably longer. Like, I didn't see Mari for like 2 weeks when we were on our trip. So I saw her at the first week of the trip, and I saw her the last week of the trip. And even in that time, she was like, wow, your hair's already gotten so long. So like, it's already starting to like flip out in places. This part's starting to get long. This part of your neck always grows so much faster. So I think what I'll do this time is like trim this up so it matches a little bit. As it starts to get longer, like get a shaping haircut, things like that, so that it's not just like blah, because when I have it short, I can kind of maintain it myself a little bit easier than when I have it long. But I also have to do more frequent haircuts. So the trade-off is I do more frequent haircuts when my hair is shorter, but I'll be able to do less frequent haircuts when my hair is longer. But then the maintenance day-to-day, week-to-week will be more when it's longer than it is when it's shorter. So there is that side of things of just like maintenance that I'm a little bit like, oh. But again, I just feel like if I have this in a whole head of hair, it's kind of a vibe. Again, it had just gotten to kind of like that. Some of you were probably gonna be like, yeah, remember when it was like here and it was like so cute? And I was like, I know, and then I cut it because I just had gotten stubborn about the fact that I said I was gonna cut it, and it finally started looking okay. But yeah, so I know some like maintenance things now and some like treatment of my hair things now that I think will help this process. And also that I'm starting fully in winter. Like I started like in October technically. So I'll have more of like the awkward phases during hat season, which I think is gonna help. Let me show you the products I'm gonna be using during this time. Okay, so last time I didn't take any biotin or like hair growth supplements or anything. This time I am. I got this from Amazon and a lot of people were recommending it. It's the Revly Hair, Skin, and Nails Complex. It's vegan, it's gluten-free. It has a ton of herbs and then like biotin in it. And also something MSM, which people have said has like helps with hair growth. I don't know. I know that some of this, like some people say like none of that even works. It just works to like strengthen your hair, which doesn't really make it grow, but like it makes it not break as much and whatever. People have said that like they've noticed their hair growing so much faster with this. So for whatever reason, I'm trying it. I've tried it for like 3 days. So you're not seeing like anything right now, but I'm doing that. Then I'm trying hair oils this time around. I did try to use the Righteous Roots a little bit hair oil, which I don't love the smell of. And it's a little bit too thick for me, but I did use it like today, for example, as like a pre-poo because I shampooed my hair. I don't shampoo my hair very often. I don't clarify, I typically conditioner wash, and I have for years. I used the curly girl method, by the way, and I have for many years. So my styling is not changing. These are just some additional products I'm adding to it. So I've always gone multiple days between even co-washing. I only like wash my hair every couple of weeks, things like that. So I did that as like a hair oil, but for more like daily oils, lots of people were talking about this. It's the Miel Rosemary Mint Scalp and Hair Strengthening Oil. It also has biotin in it, but I don't know if biotin helps as a topical, and it says that it enhances growth. But people use this as like a scalp massage kind of thing. So scalp massages are supposed to help, like just scalp treatment in general is supposed to help. So I got that. And I've been using it just like on my scalp and a little bit through like my length. This I got actually during my trip because my hair was frizzing so bad in the UK moisture. So I needed something, and this really did help seal, and I think this is going to be a game changer for me, is continuing to use an oil to seal, which I never did in the past. But this one is one of the lighter ones that I've used, like the lightest that I've used. Like I would say the Righteous Roots is the heaviest, and that Miel one is right in between, and this one's very light. This is the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Strengthening Treatment Oil. So they say to put this on, I mean, the instructions aren't even on this bottle, it was on like the box, but I think you can use this as like a deep treatment or whatever. I've just been using it as like a scrunch out the crunch. So like I use gel on my hair when that dries, I use this to break up the gel cast, and I've even been using it just like over the lengths, more so than like on the scalp, again for like strengthening and like sealing and moisture and things like that. Then I've been using this for a while, and I used this during my last time growing it out, but I'm gonna be more religious about this. The Curlsmith Bond Repair or Bond Rehab Salve. It's a bond builder. It's similar to the Olaplex #3, which I might actually switch back to Olaplex because I was using Olaplex over in the UK when my hair was acting up, and I felt like it was slightly better than this. I didn't bring this with me, but I just feel like they're comparable, but I kind of feel like Olaplex for me is slightly better. But this I tend to use like every other wash day. day, and I'm gonna continue to do that. And I probably will at some point invest in some kind of like protein, like specific protein treatment, because this isn't a protein treatment, it's a bond builder, it's slightly different. But my hair tends to respond pretty good to protein, I think. I don't always have my hair even figured out half the time, so just know that. But that I'm gonna be consistent with as well, especially because a lot of times when I wasn't liking my hair, when it was getting longer, it was feeling stringy, and I think that would help. Then lastly, I am actually investing in a deep treatment. Well, I also wanna mention, I have ordered this, but I haven't gotten it yet. I got the Curlsmith Biotic Pre-Poo, which is again, something similar to like an oil that you put in your hair, and it's like a scalp treatment that kind of like protects your hair, but also helps with your scalp, because scalp health is good for hair growth. So I got that, but I haven't even used it yet. But the last thing that I actually used today, and that gave me like some of this moisture, looking good, is the Miel Rosemary and Mint Strengthening Hair Mask. So again, it has biotin and stuff in it, but I'm committing to a more religious deep conditioning routine, because lately, man, for years, I haven't had like a structured deep conditioner. Like I've just been using my regular conditioner as a deep conditioner. This is like an actual deep conditioner. So if I'm shampooing my hair, I'm gonna use a deep conditioner, and probably like every couple wash days, honestly, use a deep conditioner as well. I'm just gonna see how my hair reacts to a lot of this. But though that's like the strengthening growth line from that brand, which people talk about, and like when I was watching a ton of YouTube videos and TikTok videos on hair growth, particularly from girls with more like kinky coily hair, which is even harder to grow sometimes because of their curl pattern, and they were talking about a lot of this stuff. But I had to be careful because they use heavier products because their hair is like coarser and just like a different texture, obviously. So I couldn't use all of the things they were recommending, but this stuff seemed like, some of these products seemed like they were good for like all in between hairstyles and things. So yeah, that is my plan. So here's my starting point, right? Well, not even technically the starting point, because again, it's been like a month. But here's what we look like about 1 month in to the hair growth journey. I'm a little nervous too, because I have a colic that when my hair gets longer, I feel like it looks like I have a bald spot. But hopefully the like strengthening and serums and stuff will help with that. But this is what we look like right now, these little wispy bits. So yeah, and this is as of November 25th of 2022, I guess. So yeah, I will do probably like seasonal check-ins about this. I just wanna stay motivated. So if you guys are also growing out your hair, let me know. Let me know how you're staying motivated to get through the like awkward phases. If you have any tips for like curly asymmetrical haircuts for covering up the awkward bits, because I don't know how to cover up this, you guys. And like I have to work and be on camera sometimes, so I can't just wear a beanie all the time. Let me know. I don't, like my hair's too sort of like thin for a hair scarf. I don't know. The awkward stage is the fucking worst. But yeah, I'm committed this time to have long, luscious witch locks is kind of how I'm feeling about it. So I just want to get to the length where I can at least put curly hair extensions in. And then if I don't like it at that point, I can be done. But then I've like fully tried, and I think my brain could fully give up this idea of the long hair, but I have to get the long hair again to know. So support me mentally and spiritually on this journey. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.